Welcome to the boardroom.
This is my political cartoon for Donald Trump at Maria Grasmick. I did the Hangman tarot card, and I did Loretta Lynch with her blue suit and her cankles. And there's a plane behind her because she's on the tarmac, and she's on the T. It's the tarot card, the Hangman tarot card. It's one of the top tarot cards, very powerful deck. Anyway, I did that tarot card because I'm designing a tarot deck for Trump. Since the beginning, I've been doing it. Anyway, coincidence? Loretta Lynch, deal drop, POTUS tweet, tarmac, Attorney General H.R. Clinton, new Ruth Bader Ginsburg steps down, and then she offered on the tarmac, Bill Clinton offered Loretta Lynch on the tarmac Ruth Bader's seat if, she did not go after Hillary Clinton for the 33,000 emails. And Q is telling you to meme about it and talk about it. Tarmac truth, tarmac video. Anyway, Loretta Lynch, that was when Bill Clinton met and there were reporters there, and there she is. She's kind of like upside down, and it's definitely Loretta Lynch. I did a caricature of her, and there you go. Q is ordering you to make memes, so I thought I would do it. I do what I can. I'm here. I want to work for Trump. I want to work for Q. I want to do it for free. I'm a true believer. And I do political cartoons. Look at those cankles. You can't really see them, but look at those cankles. Oh my God. And there we go. That's the Hangman Tarot card. And I did it because, I also did the Cohen Court Circus Drudge Report cover. I didn't trace it. I decided I want to go through the emotion of Michael Cohen on that cover, so I drew it. I hope you like it. I was working on the values, black and whites. Anyway, I do one cartoon a day for Donald Trump. I'm following Q now. I just needed the test of time. You know what I mean? To start doing it. Please follow me. I'm on Patreon. I'm also on Steemit, DTube, DLive, all that. And, for $10 I'll draw a cartoon of you and Trump, or a cartoon of, Trump for your profile pic. Anything. Thank you.
Moved in to start bombing before international inspectors had completed their mission to verify whether or not Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction.
Yes, right. That's just like your opinion, Mr. Paul.
Had they been allowed to complete their mission and verify that he did not, imagine the suffering, death, and destruction that could have been avoided. In Syria, the U.S. decided to start bombing before the international inspectors were even allowed to start checking claims that Assad gassed his own people in Douma.
Yeah, but we don't need international inspectors, Ron, because we're America. And our government always tells the truth. It never lies, and by golly, they weren't lying about this. We know that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. We know that Assad gassed his own people. I mean, it's obvious.
Do we really want to be Al-Qaeda and ISIS's Air Force? Is that going to keep us safe? Remember, when Al-Qaeda was actually considered our enemy, not an ally in overthrowing the last secular government in the Middle East.
Well, you're old, Ron Paul. You're just really old.
Will Syria's Christians be better off after the recent U.S. attack? Just over a week ago, Christians celebrated Easter in Aleppo for the first time in years. What changed? The Syrian army kicked out Al-Qaeda, which had been occupying the eastern part of the city. So no, Christians will be much worse off if our modern dictators take control of Syria.
Yeah, but if Christians are allowed in Aleppo, they'll be celebrating Christmas. And Christmas is headed by Santa Claus, and everybody knows Santa Claus uses reindeer, okay? And breaks into people's fucking houses, okay? That's criminal. Criminal.
If Syria really had sarin and other chemical weapon factories, does it make sense for the U.S. to bomb the buildings and risk killing thousands by widely dispersing the poisons? Does it make sense to risk killing Syrian civilians with chemical weapons in retaliation for allegations that the Syrian government killed civilians with chemical weapons?
Yes, it makes sense, Ron. Do I have to explain it to you? When you blow up a chemical weapons factory or plant, the chemical weapons don't just disperse with the explosion of the bomb and the missiles, okay? Everybody knows that. The chemical weapons disappear because the military has that technology. Missile, when it blows up, it sucks stuff, also like a vacuum, into a portal, and it takes all the bad stuff away, and then it disperses good stuff outwardly that doesn't hurt anybody.
All members of Congress take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, and the Constitution says that only Congress can declare war. Does that oath mean nothing these days?
Oh, God. Oh, here we go with Ron Paul. Here's my impersonation of Ron Paul. The Constitution, follow the Constitution,
President Trump will come
It's
to
not like
regret
him.
the day
What?
let the neocons
It's not
take
like
over
Ron
his
Paul.
foreign policy. Their
No,
track
he
record
loves
is
Ron Paul,
abysmal.
Ray. He's
His
just
attacks
taking
on
the Mickey
Syria
out of the
was
way.
clearly
They're
illegal,
looking at
and
it.
should his party
What's
lose
that
the
about?
House in November, he may
What's that?
find his new fair-weathered friends in the Democratic Party quickly turning foul.
Well, Ron, that's just like your opinion. So, everybody I know loves neocons. Everybody I know loves old-fashioned neocon.
Through the war propaganda. Dorr is also a comedian. He books comedy shows around the country and makes frequent public appearances. One of those appearances brought him into the crosshairs of our second broadcaster, Alex Jones. During the 2016 campaign season, Alex Jones crashed the set of The Young Turks while they were filming and ended up in a heated exchange with rival host Cenk Uygur. Lurking off to the side of the set was comedian Jimmy Dore.
Alright, you want to take my show over? I'll take your show over. Okay, you know what? Who does this kind of shirt? First of all, sick guy. Second of all,
Chaos ensued as Jake is triggered by a Bill Clinton t-shirt with the word rape on it, and then the Young Turks host proceeds to unleash his vitriol for all things Republican on Roger Stone.
Papers, and you're a sick dude, Roger Stone.
You assault me all the time. You never give me a chance to respond.
Oh, I should give you a hatchet job Hey, John, you respond. You're a sick man, Roger Stone. No, you're the world's biggest liar. Didn't you admit that you lied about Ellie Spitzer? Didn't you already admit that, you piece of crap? You're a piece of crap. First of all, Alice, this ain't your show, okay? And Roger, it certainly ain't your show. Wait, are you kidding me? No, bring it back up. Bring it back up. First of all, let me explain something, all right? Okay. Guys, can you... We're against Saudi Arabia, you dumbass! We talk about that all the time! Oh, really? We talk about that all the time! You don't know that. What, you think the lizard people are in charge? No. Is that what you think? And your pissed is what's kicking their ass! Is that what you think? You're the anti-liberal and you're pissed. Bullshit, bastard! You know what I care about? I care about the American people! I care about the American people. What the hell? Anybody hurt on me or not? I'm not hurt. Get the fuck off my stage! Get the fuck off my stage! That guy just spit my face. I'm going in that.
I agree, there is no question squirting iced tea into the face of a screaming Alex Jones was in very poor taste, and it probably didn't turn out to be as funny as Jimmy Dore had planned. But let's be honest, who hasn't wanted to spit iced tea into Alex Jones' face at one time?
Why are you listening to
But when
this?
Jimmy Dore was ambushed by an InfoWars reporter at a different event, Dore expressed his actual respect for Jones.
Mad respect to Alex Jones. So, really, no kidding. Have a contact me. We could do a video. I'm going to talk to you, Joey.
So what do you think about this election process? Who are you going for?
Who am I going for? Certainly not Hillary Clinton. And certainly not Donald Trump. I don't see I can give my vote to corruption. You know, Debbie Wasserman just got kicked out for being corrupt. Doesn't mean that she got
What do you
fired.
think about that? So the DNC, how the DNC needs to come out and show the collusion between the
No shit.
media.
I'm with you.
She's a goddess! She's saving our lives! Right here! Damn it! She needs to be in prison. I can't get up! No! No! Get away from me, racist! She's gone!
As you can see, despite being a liberal, Jimmy Dore's views are in alignment on the subject of Hillary Clinton and the corruption in the DNC with the views of Alex Jones. And what else do they have in common? Despite the tea in the face incident, Dore and Jones both share outrage over Donald Trump's decision to bomb Syria. But let's now bring Tucker Carlson into the show. On a recent Jimmy Dore episode, he was playing excerpts from Carlson's excellent monologue on the insanity of this anti-Assad propaganda being put out by the New World Order's military-industrial complex. I'm going to play for you a few clips from that Jimmy Dore episode.
ISIS and al-Nusra are trying to overthrow Assad, who's a secular leader. For what? Why are they doing that? Why? Why are we involved? We're right now assisting Saudi Arabia in creating a genocide in Yemen. But but now we care about people in Syria? Really, Joe? You fucking knucklehead.
We should be skeptical of this, starting with the poison gas attack itself. All the geniuses tell us that Assad
it
killed
was a
those
strike
children.
against the
But do they really
globalists.
know that? Of course they don't really
It
know
wasn't
that.
against
They're making it
Syria.
up. They have no real idea what happened. Actually, both sides in the Syrian civil war possess chemical weapons. How would it benefit Assad using chlorine gas last weekend? Well, it wouldn't.
Let me just put it to you this way.
So we want to start a war because he gassed 60 people. That's how many people they say were killed, right?
Yeah, we got 40, we have dozens, we have 60. Not
60
sure.
people killed in this gas attack. That's what they say. So let's take them at their word. Okay, he killed 60 people with a gas attack. We bomb hospitals all the time. We're right now helping Saudi Arabia commit a genocide in Yemen. Right now. We killed 500,000 Iraqis with our sanctions in the 90s. Look how many... We don't care about killing people. That's not what this is about. If we cared about killing people, we'd be trying to stop this genocide in Yemen. But we're not.
And who exactly are these moderate rebels you're always hearing about, the ones that we're supporting with your tax dollars? Well, a lot of them turn out to be Islamist crazies. For example, the city where the chemical attack just occurred is mostly controlled by the Army of Islam. It's a radical group that has called for establishing an Islamic state under Sharia law in Syria. That group's founder called for exterminating all Shia Muslims and Alawites from the country. But we're supposed to wage a new war on this group's behalf. Why is that exactly?
We're not being told.
Back in 2013, when the Syrian civil war was still in its early days, one onlooker weighed in on Twitter.
They say that's where the CIA
we should say
are. They're like in Armenia.
The rebels are just
that's where they are.
What will we get for our lives?
They're like white Muslims. I mean, it's like the craziest thing.
I wonder who that Twitterer was. I bet I know who that Twitterer was. Let's see if you can guess.
In another tweet, he said this, quote, "Let the Arab League take care of Syria. Why are these rich Arab countries not paying us the tremendous cost of such an attack?" And in yet another tweet, he said this, "What will we get for bombing Syria besides more debt and a possible long-term conflict?" Of course, you know who wrote that. It was Donald Trump, and he was right. And that's one of the reasons he got elected president. And now the same people who brought you a dying American middle class, undefended American borders, and endless pointless wars in countries you could not find on a map are telling the president he's got to depose Assad for reasons that are both unclear and demonstrably dishonest.
Look, he was very angry when
and by
he
the way,
said
it may
it.
happen. But before it does, Congress ought to consider a brand new constitutional amendment. Let's call it the Lindsey Graham Amendment.
People.
And here's what it would say. Congress shall topple no government
like
until it
maybe
finishes
like
rebuilding
100,000 kids
government
get their
toppled.
organs
And
harvested
furthermore,
there.
talk show generals shall be required to personally visit the battlefield of every war they advocate for.
And now
End
I
of
just can't say anything.
That would have an immediate and positive effect. Let's hope it passes.
Wow. 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 And there's a lot of people who'll shame me for playing a Tucker Carlson video. There's a lot of fucking morons out there who have their head so far up someone's neoliberal ass that they're going to actually castigate me for telling the truth about war. And I don't care who else is against war. I'm with those who are against war.
Now, obviously, Jimmy Dore used some very colorful rhetorical flourishes to talk about this Syrian story. But the prize for the most colorful epithets goes to Alex Jones. As you all may know, there have been few cheerleaders for Donald Trump as loyal as Alex Jones. That is, until Trump got under the covers a second time to commit trans-species fornication with the dogs of war. This clip was from a pre-show Periscope feed on InfoWars.
They got it.
Why is war so bad again?
You stand up and Donald Trump.
People
Donald
die.
Trump shit is
What if they're bad people? You want to liberate the country.
all over everyone.
They might need
That's
help.
my first proclamation. I'm not in a fucking cult for Donald Trump. Fuck him. Fuck his family. Fuck all these people. Alright, see, I shouldn't even be alive right now. When are we going on the fucking satellite? God fucking damn it, man. What the fuck? Is there nobody fucking pure in this goddamn fucking world? See, now I'm fucking pissed right now.
What's wrong?
Syria fought Al-Qaeda.
Oh, that's his mental breakdown. I told you
And
about.
now you've got ads and fucking all these people shitting all over us. The goddamn fucking liberal fascists censoring us everywhere the last 2 days. We did an emergency fucking 36-hour podcast trying to stop this shit from leaving the world. And you fucking liberal pieces of fucking shit, you fucking assholes, fucking support this. Fuck you. You fucking goddamn degenerate fucks. And fucking Mueller, and fucking Comey, and fuck you. Every major analyst. See, I should be doing it right now. That cocksucker. This full fucking Al-Qaeda and ISIS hate all those fucking government
was loud?
At a certain point now, I'm sick of all you fucking liberals and mainland you're a bunch of cowardly fucks. You're not Americans. What's going on? Okay. We shut these speeds down because I'm trying to kill myself. You just shut those speeds down and start, okay?
Folks, what we are seeing is the uniting of people from the far left all the way to the far right on the issue of Syria and the terrible behavior of Donald Trump. There are really only two factions left in America who continue to support the president on the issue of Syria, the neocon Zionists and the closet globalists who pretend to be America first. These Trump cultists say that they support the president, but given that Trump is carrying out the geopolitical war plans of the globalists, the Trump cultists are actually just a bunch of useful idiots for the New World Order. But don't take my word for it. If you don't think these people are dumb, just try having an intelligent conversation with one of them yourself. You'll quickly see what I mean. Make sure to check out the latest news at blackstoneintel.com. For Blackstone Intelligence, I'm Jake Morphonios.
Yeah, some people have got an inch of Trump. But anyway, it is what it is. That's their point of view. And they live in America.
We've got Dr. Steve Chin joining us, who's been to Syria, knew the father of Assad, didn't like him, got arrested by him, and knows his son. Covered all this Friday he was on. We were pretty happy that it looked like they weren't going to strike because Madison said no evidence, and Trump was saying, I never said I'd hit him. And they hit him. Have they turned the president? We know they hate him. We know he's a nationalist. We know he's bringing the country back. I love Trump. I'm not going to go against my morals and facts. We have Trump in hundreds of tweets saying the rebels have staged chemical attacks. Don't go in there. It's a quagmire. The rebels are worse than Assad. So what has changed? And now, people said, Alex, settle down Friday night. I start to think all my sacrifice is going to get lost. If Trump sinks, I'm getting angry because he was really doing a good job. And this is a serious blow because I'm ready to lose everything, my life, you name it. I'm not just bragging. People know that I am totally committed and feel great as long as we're winning. Man, when we start losing, then I fundamentally really do start going crazy. Because this is a war, folks, and we got troops on the Russian border. Our government overthrew Ukraine. Now I get America first and all that, but not to replace it with Al-Qaeda and ISIS and cause a big civil war or a bunch of U.S. troops get killed. Assad's moving towards stepping down. He said that would be what they would do after it was defeated. Trump declares victory. Russia declares victory. We start pulling out, and then a week later this happens. How obvious is this? I know that Steve Cheney has a lot of great sources, independent on you. My sources say last Friday the drums are beating. They said, Alex, it's going to continue with more sanctions, more calls for strikes. They're going to encourage the rebels to launch more strikes. This is a nightmare scenario, and that more's coming. My listeners, some of them are like, oh, Jones, don't fearmonger. That's not happening. It's not happening at all. You guys found the U.S. congressional hearings on Camisea. Wow, good job. On YouTube. Amazing. So we got to play some of those sometimes. Yeah, the secret casualties of Iraq's abandoned chemical weapons. Yeah, abandoned because you blew them up. Yeah, well, remember back when the New York Times actually reported some truth? There's the mushroom cloud. Click on the photo, that's how you get it. There's the mushroom cloud from Camisea. Can be seen 50 miles away. We go to Steve Pachinik. Steve, I imagine you're pretty hot on this, or you may have some intel we don't have. What is going on with Trump? This is the first big sideways flip-flop move I've seen, and it was some other area, it wouldn't be that big a deal, because, he's not God, he's not a dictator, but this is something he was in control of as the president, and at 180 now, what's going on?
Well, number one, we're not going to war, Alex. Number two, whatever you've seen in terms of the strike or the non-strike, you have to look at it if, in fact, there was a gas attack by Bashar in terms of proportionality. What I really have to say is we are not interested in remaining in Syria. We really don't care about Syria. I've said it a long time ago. I was part of that product. Our military, in fact, is part of that product. And when you read the headlines very carefully, Alex, it says we hit the heart. And if you look at the word heart, it's in quotation marks. Now, why would the New York Times quote Jim Mattis, a brilliant Secretary of Defense and a general who, in fact, has been in combat, has had massive attacks? Why would he use the word heart? You tell me. No, you tell me. You brought this up. You said, and the reason why I came on was this. Well, after I heard what you said last night and all, I'm not defending anybody. But what I want to know is how is it that all of your guests immediately knew that we were going into combat? We had kinetic warfare, and all of this was ready when, in fact, none of this was ready.
Well, the fact that they're saying they're locked and loaded, and Haley's saying we need to have more strikes, and the fact that they're saying more sanctions on Russia, I mean, Zach's a good guess. I know exactly who he is. And then they're certainly, obviously, when you start striking Russian installations, you've got to be ready for a counterattack.
Zach was a
horrible. That, CENTCOM and all that wasn't ready for war. I think that's another
horrible guest.
What Russian installations was hit?
Well, they've given a whole list of some of these Russian airfields they said could have been delivering these and these so-called chemical weapons production dumps. Well, go ahead and answer my question first. Chemical weapons. Do you blow those up? You really believe we struck chemical weapons bunkers? Okay, well, the news says we did.
I don't care what the news said. I'm on your show. But basically, I was there under Schultz when I saw very clearly that we, the United States, provided Saddam Hussein with all the chemical weapons, and we said they were his. No, they were ours. Many of the guys who were in the Iraq war didn't just get sick from the chemical weapons. They got sick from something the military didn't want to talk about, which was irradiated shells that go through tanks.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Well, no, that's a big, big issue. Plus,
we did 100 shows with Dr. Doug Rocky.
All right, well,
he was the head of the DU program. We know.
I'm trying to get Alex. I'm not playing games with you. I came on the show to basically say when a Secretary of Defense and the President puts down in quotation marks the head of chemical industry, what does that really mean?
Oh, let's come back and talk about it. Show coming up. Russians reveal they're planning major retaliation against U.S. as World War fears rise. So that's a scary headline. Russia reveals they are planning major retaliation against U.S. as World War III fears rise. That's the Sunday Express. RT, state-run Russian media. Moscow has irrefutable evidence Kim attacked in Syria. And Doma was staged. Russian envoy to OPCW. Trump wanted to bomb Russian and Iranian targets amidst Syrian strikes report. And 71 of the 100-plus missiles reportedly got shut down by Soviet-era anti-aircraft systems when the word is we were using very old, antiquated cruise missiles. They're just getting rid of because they're all basically have their expiration date. I'm not saying if you go, our missiles are good. Trump says, oh, really good ones, really fast ones coming. He's just dumped a bunch of crappy, junky ones on it for a PR function. I get all that. But Trump is being, the cynic's laughing. I already know all this stuff. The point is, they are sucking us into a larger war. The globalists are out of their minds. The very same people gave us all these wars. We'll talk to Pachenik here in just a minute, who's got some really weird, pornographic Hulk art. It's like these military things.
I love his art.
Like people that look like demons or vampire bats that are green, hauling naked women around. I'm going to ask him, well, is this some of your own personal art? We'll talk to you in a minute. But they just reminded me,
I love his art.
If you're a radio listener, there's a TV dimension to this. Infowars.com/show. I'll narrate the other stuff here for you. We got big sales that are ending today, new ones that are starting. We have a 3-month high-quality storable food supply.
very, very low, affordable price for My Patriot Supply, private label by InfoWars, so we get around the contractual agreements they have and get even lower. It's called InfoWars Select, fresh, high quality, and get a free Alexa Pure Pro high quality water filtration system with it. We have Super Melt Vitality and Real Red Pill. They're amazing. Together, 50% off, or Super Melt by itself, 50% off. We rarely do that. We are going to end today. It's 25% off, because I'm not sure I can get another supply of that.
He still hasn't changed the
Worldwide.
show.
They've already
I
got
haven't listened to this for a
prices
year. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, really.
No,
The
it's
country's
still the
7,000
same.
feet down.
Oh, he's still got the same product.
We're looking for another
Still.
supplier right now.
Yeah.
In 2 years, we've not found the supplier. So each time we buy it, the price goes up. And I'm just not going to be put over a barrel, ladies and gentlemen. They're like, fine, it might even be available anymore. So there you go. X2, and this may be one of the last shipments we get. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. You totally checkmate Soros and the globalists and Google trying to delist us and trying to block our advertising when you buy the products. So they're all there at InfoWarsStore.com. And in April, double Patriot points. For every $1 you spend, you get 5 points. Well, right now it's 10 points in rewards in your little account, totally free, cancel anytime. It's 10% extra off future purchases. Free shipping on all orders $50 or more. Any of the combo deals already have free shipping. But when you sign up for auto ship, you get additional 10% off on coffee and things you're going to reorder. You get Patriot points, it's 20% off with these points we've got. Okay, Doc, I know you're being cryptic here, and I get what you're saying. Last year I lost a lot of support listeners when Trump blew up that Russian Air Force base and said they blew up a chemical dump. We know that's pure crap. There was a town built 200 yards from it. Would have killed them. You blow up tons of chemical weapons, it kills the neighbors. Kills people 5 miles away if you blow up that much. If it's a windy day, as you know. And so, got this whole cocktail of DU being used, blowing up the embassy, that hurt our troops. I watched congressional hearings. I saw them confirm that's it. I've interviewed the experts that you were just mentioning. On this, though, the rhetoric immediately went to we need more sanctions, and if you do chemicals again, we're going to have a bigger response. And I'm not a Russophile. But at the end of the day, we've caught the rebels doing the chemical weapons attacks, so I'm asking you, what do you think this is really about? I hope you're right that this is limited, like you said it would be last year, and like we thought it would be. And I get it, it's for consumption here, and it's for optics, and they're trying to get rid of Trump. We don't need to play those Machiavellian games. We need Mueller and all these traitors to be indicted for the crimes they committed. We need to have the whole out-of-control FBI law enforcement arm to get in some serious trouble. That's my view, not placating them. Sorry, go ahead.
Alex, you and I agree that the key issue has not been, nor will it be, Syria and the Middle East. If anything, we want to get out of there, and we want to get out of there in toto. We don't want to be the exemplar. We don't want to even be involved with Syria. We just have a few people there in order to maintain the stability. But our interests are not in Syria. They really are towards...
And Trump has said that that's his pragmatic policy, real politics. I've supported it. Are you saying this is to placate neocons, domestic press in Israel?
This is basically to say, look, one of the things that Trump wrote about in the Art of the Deal is to cover my downside, or cover the downside. What would be the downside for Trump in this situation where, quote, weapons of mass destruction or chemicals were used? So what he did was to cover his downside so he wouldn't look like Obama. But basically, he's pissed with the Israelis. He is very angry with Netanyahu. Contrary to your guest who said that it was Kushner, I've said a lot about Kushner in the beginning, and I still maintain that he's not an asset. The reality of this is political psychology in Qanon. Basically, what he had to do was to cover his downside because he didn't want to look like Obama. He wants to get out of the Middle East. He reprimanded Netanyahu.
And it's a big message to North Korea coming up out of these deals.
Now you got it. This was not about Russia. That's where your guests were completely wrong. I don't know them. I have no idea who they are. The real message was to North Korea. This was his way of saying, look, guys, I'm in the business of creating peace, but if in fact there is any problem whatsoever and you don't really want to test me out, let me show you what I can do. And by the way, this is Mattis's theory as well. Talk is not the most effective way to deliver a message.
Yeah, what it's saying is, okay, now I get the scripting, if this was what's happening. Mattis says we're probably not going to strike. Trump says out a thing saying we're going to hit you, and he says I didn't say that. It should create a wild, mad dog persona, but I think that's reckless. You can do that in business and stuff, but I don't like that. I think this is going too far.
But truthfully, we've never had a president, with all due respect, Alex. You can sometimes can be confusing. I can be confusing. But when I go in and do what I have to do, I'm never going to go in as the simple doctor. I have to create all kinds of illusions, distortions, deception. That's what's going on. He's not being irresponsible. You have James Mattis there, who's the Secretary of Defense, who understands very well what a limited strike or psychological warfare is about. The most important element that we have now is not the Middle East. It's not
I take the Russians' continued restraint. I take the Russians' continued restraint as if they see this as that, and about kabuki theaters, you would say, for the South China Sea. That said, still, when Trump says all this during the campaign that's so accurate about the Middle East and how we shouldn't be there, and signals that we're going to be there, I have to signal just into the general world that that's not a good idea, and that it's a betrayal of his previous statements. I have to be the person that that doesn't engage in the quantum manipulations. Do you understand? So there's a real.
That's why I'm on the show, Alex. I'm not against what you're saying. You hit it right on the target. I was just concerned as a friend that you got a little bit anxious, you weren't taking your own products, and that you weren't calm. What I'm trying to tell you is this is geared for North Korea. As a matter of fact, today, North Korea, Mr. Kim Jong-un has been elevated to the first family. That's amazing. So the wife is no longer a cult figure. She's the first lady. Kim Jong-un is the first president of North Korea. So what's happening?
That's a symbol that they're now buying into U.S. propaganda in that whole orbit and preparing to have a whole new phase with merging with South Korea.
Right. Now you got it. Whether they merge with South Korea, that's one limitation, because having been involved with the merger of East Germany and West Germany, we learned a very important lesson. Let me tell you what that is. East Germany, we didn't calculate how much money had to be poured into East Germany in order to maintain a certain standard of living. And when they were melded together, it was an incredible drain on West Germany. That is also the problem with South Korea. South Korea uses North Korea as basically the cheap labor unit.
Well, sure, but let's go further than that. It then supplied all the weird communist ideology and bureaucracy to West Germany that's helped them become more socialist. And so they picked up a lot of the communist disease from that. We'll be back in 2 minutes to continue this discussion then and ask where this is going. I agree with your analysis. I still back Trump. I just flipped out on Friday because I have a lot of other stresses as well. But this art, let me analyze it. Last Friday's Qanon was on. He doesn't normally have this grotesque deviant art up here.
I love it.
And I couldn't really analyze it. I didn't think to analyze it. I saw it was like military folks. It looked like vampire bats, out, doing something, or maybe showing how the evil of war has corrupted the human soul. But this one, I'm going to describe it right now. That's a Lucifer figure up there at the top that you really can't see, that has wings that are satellite solar panels, showing it's like the artificial god in the sky that Lucifer wants to be, this technocracy. You've got the U.S. military and people that are patriots trying to lift up, the Mary, Earth goddess, Christ figure image that's been struck down by Lucifer and this whole system, and it shows the struggle between these two archetypes there. So I would call this the fruit of Lucifer is the name of this art piece. What is it really, according to you, Pachinik? What is the message in it? I know the other messages, like rock and roll, the CIA, and other maps you've had behind you. But this iconography, this cryptic stuff, what is it really?
Wow.
It's really a painting by a man by the name of Delgado from Mexico. And he did a series of 13 paintings where he's showing the indictment. He's indicting every one of the Mexican cartel, the police, and the government in showing how it's corrupted the soul of Mexico with drugs. And this goes on. His name is Delgado.
Oh, is it really fun? Because that looks like the devil that's like a satellite, and you got the Earth Goddess.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Except, we had a backdrop, and I don't have the kind of money you do to have the same backdrop, so I use my paintings.
That's a joke. I don't have the money you have to have the same backdrop. No, this is just a basic backdrop here. Sometimes we put documents and things up.
Eating on each other. They're messing with each other.
Wake up. I want to see the devil's face.
I can't.
He got up.
I can show it to you. But
You know what I tweeted, Stupid Chenick, that I loved it.
Get the painting.
People in the live chat were going crazy. Like, it's so ugly. I understand.
All right.
But we can't see it. We need to see the top of the painting.
I can't. Oh, is that it? There it is. Basically, it's an indictment of Mexico and its cartels and its politicians and all the presidents that have been there. And also the U.S. assistance in the drug cartels.
So is that right that that's supposed to be on the top like an evil angel?
Yes. You were right. You're very good at, you want to collect paintings. Oh, no, we have a lot of them. I collect them.
I have a whole funding idea where we do, like, prints of things. I know it'll be successful.
Why not? Great idea. I see this painter, and basically...
Yeah, once you said his name, I get it. How do you have 12 of those? I guess you're a 13-year art dealer?
Well...